Okay, so before we start, I would like to say that this is my totally experience related to the 3-year PhD. So this is not a guideline, and you should know that every supervisor differ from other supervisor, and also every student differ from other student. So you should know that it's like yeah, a highlight on relationship between the student and supervisor. When I met my supervisor at the start in the first few days, she said to me, "This is your PhD, and you should work it out yourself." Um, and was in the context that when she asked me one question, and how will you do in this question when your Viva panel ask about it? Then I said that, okay, I will say that my supervisor suggested to me, or my supervisor asked me to do this. Then she said this, like this sentence or this statement, and this is your PhD, and you should work it out yourself. When I get when I hear this sentence at the first time, so I would like to hear from you what is the emotions that you can get when you listen to this. This is your PhD, and you should work it out yourself. And I should make like a minty, but for the sake of time, so I will this. So, and then I can tell you what is the expression. So everyone has like a feeling. Maybe this feeling like happy, or get a trust, or fear, or surprise. But for me, I got all the feeling at the same time. So I am happy because this is my PhD, so I can take my decision. I will be independent, and I can do anything I want. Also, I get the trust feeling because will be like a self-learning process. But at the same time, I got like a fear. So if I like face something difficult, or face something that I don't know, so who will I ask, or what will I do? Also surprise. So like, what is the role of the first supervisor, second supervisor, third supervisor, even sometimes? And then I feel a little bit sad. That means I'm lonely. No one will help me. No one will like support me at this PhD. And then I am, as an international student, left my country, left my home, and then come here to learn and pay a lot of money. So how can I learn if it's self-learning? Should I like stay at my home and learn what I need to learn? And then at the end, see, okay, let's start PhD and see what we can see. From the 3-year experience, I got that the role of PhD is changing from one year to another. So from the first year, the supervisor should choose the topic, because this is the lab for the PhD, and this is the area he like or she work on it. And you also should agree on this topic, because this is your PhD and will work on it. Also, supervisor should support you as much as he can or she can. Should give you emotional support, and also should suggest like any like skills that you need to learn, any tips you should to follow to go on in your PhD. So the first year, we can say, according to my opinion, is like the 70% of the PhD load on the supervisor, and only 30% on you. And I will show you how can you manage in this 30%, and what also you should do. For the second year, now you are more mature, so now the challenge become more, but also just like it will be 50-50% between you and your supervisor. So your supervisor should also know that you are on track, you understand your topic, you are going on your track, and also you should start suggesting ideas, suggesting how can you manage your PhD and go on your PhD. Maybe because my PhD is like related to the lab, so we have a lot of like experiment in the lab, so I should suggest what experiment I will do, and then take the supervisor opinion about this experiment, to do it or not to do it, or change some a little bit. Okay. Then the third year now become more mature. You understand a lot about your project. So just the supervisor rule will be a little bit like 20%, just to be sure that you are on track, you are you are in the same line that you already started with your PhD, and also he can give you some emotional support that the PhD is okay and you can pass your Viva, and like some tips on how to go on. Then at the end or the last year, you just revise or comments what you already write on thesis, because thesis you will write it yourself. So again, this is your PhD and you should work it out yourself. On the other hand, supervisor should expect some from you. So number one, to be a hard worker. Do as much as you can. Give like manage your time. So I will do this for my PhD. Also, don't forget about your personal life. Also, let the supervisor be on the same page with you. Let him or her know what you are doing. I will do this and I will do this. So supervisor can be on track with you. Also, read a lot. You should know that supervisor will not read for you. Supervisor has a lot of work to do. Supervisor had like many students with many different topics, so he will not read like a paper. Maybe he can like read one or two paper related to your project, but he will not be responsible for everything in your project. So you should read a lot and know everything about your project. And at the end and during Viva, you will realize that you know more than your supervisor. And sorry for this for your supervisor, but this is the fact that you will know a lot about your project, and even you will know more about your supervisor regarding only your topic. Also, very important is to take notes after each meeting with your supervisor, because supervisor has a lot of things to do, so he will forget what we are agreed to do, and this is what's called meeting minutes. So every meeting you should like report to your supervisor, but with what you already did and what you want to do after that. You should know that supervisor don't know everything. So if you stuck in any question, okay, you can ask your supervisor, but also you should ask your colleague, ask your postdoc, ask your AI, ChatGPT. Yeah, like you should search about the information yourself. And the end, you should to be organized so you can manage your PhD from the start to the end. And this is an example of the form, and you will see the reference for the form maybe in the chat box. So this is example of the form. You can solve this survey, you and your supervisor at the same time blindly, so you don't know the answer of supervisor and vice versa. At the end, you can compare your answer with your supervisor answer to be on the same page from the start of PhD. One example of this, like thesis, who will write the thesis, your supervisor or you? So be sure that both of you agree who will do this and who will do this. So that's mean you know the responsibility from the start who will do his rule or her rule. Okay. This is like a funny part. I get it from like a PhD group on Facebook. So what student like think about supervisor? Oh, so if you search about my PhD supervisor, you will see, oh, my supervisor hate me. My supervisor ignore me. My supervisor don't take care of me. Don't think like that. Supervisor don't have a personal problem with you unless if there is already a problem. So you should know that your success is your supervisor's success. Your supervisor will be happy when you work hard, you get a good result, and you go on within your PhD. You should have an idea. He should have an idea, and all your suggestion regarding the PhD put together to make a very good PhD. At the end, don't forget this is your PhD and you should work it out yourself. Although at the start, when I listened to this sentence, I got this feeling I don't like the way that supervisor deal with me. How can she said to me like this? But at the end, I realized that this is my PhD and I should work it out myself. The last, for me as an international student, you should know that's maybe different culture between you and your supervisor. So this is what's called acculturation. Acculturation means that I have a culture and I should adapt myself to the different culture of my supervisor with saving my original culture. So try to learn how to communicate, how to realize your supervisor culture, so you cannot get in trouble because of culture. And this is related mainly to international student. Also, this a paper relating about the acculturation. You can read about it, but this is talking about especially the medical student that study medicine in one country or home country and then come to UK, especially UK because the author is from here UK. He's from Iraq and come to UK working here. So he's talking about what's happened between the physician with the patient, with his colleagues, and the how can to deal with the different culture. Okay, so this is the end of my presentation. This is me. Thank you so much. I'm really thank you for listening to me and thank you.